it's Julia here. Just coming in to say a huge thank you to everyone who has been so supportive today to celebrate the launch of book 3 of the Perennials Trilogy, which is here, Rambling Rose. Love the cover. I've been blown away by the support, guys. You've just been absolutely amazing, so thank you so much. And I'm attempting something a little bit different here. Well, for a start, I'm videoing myself. Not quite sure how well this is going to do, but I'm trying. And I actually messaged my lovely beta readers this morning, the beautiful Becky Wright and Caroline Noe and Angela Cairns, and asked them all to select one of their favourite pieces from the book, a non-spoiler segment, and I'm going to do a little bit of a reading for you. So anyway, the first one up is from Becky, and she requested that I do a reading from any section of interplay between Rose and her daughter Jessica. Now, just a little bit of backstory here. Rose has been rather unceremoniously thrown under the bus by her rather unpleasant husband, as a consequence of which her and her 12-year-old daughter Jessica have been forced to leave their beautiful home. And Jessica's not very happy about this. She's really unhappy about the fact she's had to leave behind the gorgeous big house, her big bedroom, her own bathroom, and she's now living in a charming but tiny, tiny cottage and having to share a bathroom with her mother. It's a bit of a come down for the princess. Anyway, Jessica has just come back from her first weekend spent with her father and his new girlfriend Shelley. And this is kind of what happens when Rose has to deal with the after effects of this weekend. Now, I apologise that I'm wearing my glasses, but otherwise it would be a very silent reading because I wouldn't actually be able to see the words. So here we go. Rose drove a sullenly silent Jessica home, with her father's words ringing in her ears. Pulling up outside Sycamore Cottage, she glanced in the rearview mirror and caught her daughter curling her lip disdainfully at the sight of their tiny home. "What did you and Daddy get up to?" Rose asked, once Jessica was settled at the kitchen table with her schoolwork spread about her. "It was wonderful. He took us to London for the day." "London?" "Yes, and we had an amazing lunch in a very posh restaurant, and he told me to choose whatever I wanted. So I had lobster for the first time, and it's delicious. It's like prawns, only better. Why don't we ever have lobster?" Head first in the fridge, dragging out things for dinner, Rose pulled a face, but wisely said nothing. "And then we went to Oxford Street, and they bought me some new clothes to keep at theirs for when I visit." "They?" "Daddy and Shelley, his new girlfriend. She's lovely, and helped me pick out some beautiful clothes. I wanted to bring them back here with me, but she said there was no point because you'd never take me anywhere nice enough to wear them." Punched in the gut by the unfairness of the remark, Rose took a deep breath in through her nose and remained silent. "And then in the evening we went to see The Lion King in the West End, which was awesome." "That sounds wonderful," Rose murmured through gritted teeth. "And what did you do yesterday?" "Oh, Daddy had booked for us to have lunch at the Plough." "Of course he had," Rose replied, barely able to keep the sarcasm from her voice. The Plough was a frighteningly sophisticated Michelin-star restaurant in a small village a few miles outside town. Such was their snobby appeal that no prices appeared on the extensive menu, based on the premise that if you had to ask how much something cost, you probably couldn't afford it. Rose hated the pretentiousness of the place, yet it was exactly the sort of thing that would appeal to Paul's rampant snobbery. "And then we went for a walk in the park, and then home for a film on Daddy's new home cinema system." "I see," Rose said. "It was such a wonderful weekend," Jessica said dreamily, then looked about the small but homey kitchen with distaste. "It was so nice to be home again, and my bedroom was exactly as I left it. Although Daddy said if I want to redecorate it, I can, and Shelley offered to help me because she has such great taste." Recognising the implication that her mother was lacking in the taste department, Rose had had enough. She could no longer be in the same room as her child without exploding and saying something she would later regret. "You get your homework done," she told Jessica, "because I don't suppose you had time to do it over the weekend and you don't want to fall behind. I have to pop next door and speak to Tom about something." "What?" "Oh, nothing very exciting. The electricity bill." Instantly losing interest, Jessica turned back to her history essay as Rose pulled on her shoes and slipped from the house, shutting the door firmly behind her and leaning on it with her eyes closed. Inhaling the cold, moist air, she opened her eyes and saw Roadkill standing in the middle of the lawn, one front paw raised as he stared intently back at her. For a moment they gazed at one another, the feral cat and the angry woman, and a sense of almost kinship passed between them, before the animal trotted off to conduct his nightly affairs, and the woman went to plead a few minutes of sanctuary with her neighbour. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, Becky. A little bit of a spoiler-free taster there for you all. If you are interested in buying Rambling Rose, then there are universal purchase links in my bio for not just Rose, but also Becoming Lily and Chaining Daisy, volumes 1 and 2 of the Perennials Trilogy. I've been told they're pretty good, so maybe give them a chance. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope the quality of this video was not too bad. Thanks, guys. Bye.